Oh, that is a lot of chocolate. There is a reason it's called Death by Chocolate. Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather and welcome back to the Favorite Chef Competition. Now, if you saw one of my other videos, you know that I am in the Favorite Chef Competition. I have made it to the quarterfinals. There are only 3 rounds left: the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals. So I need you guys to turn up the heat. Start voting every day, set yourself an alarm. Help me get into that top spot so that I can win $25,000 and get the chance to cook with Chef Carla Hall. I don't mind if you click off this video, if you click on that link down there. But then I want you to come back, because you know what we're doing when you come back? Death by chocolate. We are making a Death by chocolate cake for my very good friend, Angelica. You know her. She has come on the channel before, and her lovely daughter, Journey, well, Angelica's husband is throwing a surprise party for her on Friday night, and he asked me to do her cake. Of course I'm gonna do her cake. What kind of cake? Chocolate cake. And I was like, yeah, we're gonna do Death by chocolate cake. So if you're ready for this adventure, ready to say happy birthday to Angelica, let's get started. All right, you guys, so the first thing we're gonna wanna realize when we make this cake is that you wanna make it in several little stints. So our first one, we're gonna do the simple syrup, which is a chocolate simple syrup. Now, simple syrup is really easy. It is 1 part sugar and 1 part water. So if you're making a simple syrup for 2 cups of water, use 2 cups of sugar. That's the way it goes. So today's simple syrup, we're just gonna do 1/2 cup of water and 1/2 cup of sugar. And we're gonna get that on medium, and we're gonna whisk it until it comes to a boil. Okay, there we go. All done. It's boiling. That's all we're gonna do. So now I'm gonna take this away, put it on a hot pad so I don't burn my counter. Do you remember my old counter? I had a burn spot. Yeah, that was from me. And now we are gonna take our cocoa powder and we are gonna whisk it in. And you want to continue whisking until there are no bits of cocoa powder left. Okay, now we're going to let this cool completely, and then we're going to put it in a squirt bottle. But for now, we're going to move it off to the side so we can make the cake. I forgot to mention, definitely cover it while it's cooling. But let's do the cake. So what we need here are 3 8-inch round pie pans, and I'm going to grease them. And then, because I like to cheat a little, I'm gonna use Wilton's pre-cut cake rounds. Bink. I bought these cake rounds when I was doing that wedding last year because I was like, it's just gonna make life so much easier. Guess what? It makes life so much easier because I don't have to fuss with cutting my cake rounds. They're just the perfect size. The other thing you want to do, preheat your oven to 350. Now let's get to mixing this cake. We're gonna put the flour, the sugar, the baking soda and the baking powder, the salt, and the cocoa powder. Nope, that's not cocoa powder. That's the espresso powder, which, you know, sometimes they say this is an optional. I don't feel like the espresso powder is optional because it really does give something to the chocolate. So cocoa powder as well. We're gonna put it all into the bowl and we're gonna give it a good sift and try hard not to make a mess. Now, why are we bothering sifting it? Because we want the cake to be smooth. So anything that doesn't make it through the sieve, I am going to go ahead and chuck. Not gonna pour it in. One time I was doing macarons. This is probably too much chalking, but whatever. One time I was doing macarons and I sifted all the stuff. And then after I was done sifting, I turned the sieve over and dumped the rest of it into the bowl. And then I was like, what did I just do? So see how all of those little bits are in there? I don't want to chuck all that quite yet because that's a little bit much, but cocoa powder tends to ball together. So I'm just gonna push it with my hands just a little bit, see if I can get any of that through. And if I can, but there's some like hard pieces of rock sugar in there. And there's just some things that I'm not gonna want in my cake. So I'm gonna throw this away. That's why we sift. Now, if you sifted and there was like half of a cup sifted out, maybe measure back in half of a cup of your ingredients. I don't know. Now I'm gonna take my little whisk and I'm gonna mix this all together, get it all whisked up. And we're gonna crack our eggs right in the center. We are going to put our sour cream, that is room temperature, right in the center. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump in my water and my vanilla paste. Now, if you want to use vanilla extract, that's totally fine too, but vanilla paste is so easy to make. I do have a video on that. Or you can buy it at the store. I think I've even seen it at Costco or Sam's Club recently. So vanilla paste is starting to be something that people recognize. So if you haven't tried it yet, it is so delicious. Okay, before we put that oil in, let's go ahead and give this a good mix. Just the middle of it though, not the whole thing. Okay, and now I'm gonna go ahead and dump in my oil and then carefully we're gonna mix this together until it's just together. So I'm just gonna carefully, oh, the smell of this cake makes me wanna die. It smells so good already. All right, I think that's good. Look at that batter. Looks fantastic. Looks like a great, delicious cake batter. And if you are a person that licks the beater, do not, I repeat, do not miss your chance. So delicious. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and portion out our batter into each of these and we're gonna try to be as even as possible. All right, they're all about 600. All right, into the oven they're gonna go on 350 for 22 to 25 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. The cakes are done and they need to cool for 15 minutes before we loosen the sides and tip them out. Okay, after just 15 minutes, they're gonna still be hot, but you need to get them out of the pan. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to run my cake releaser around the outside. Got it. And I'm gonna take a piece of parchment paper. I'm gonna turn it over. Bink. And then I'm gonna turn it back over. Remove that, and it's fine that it comes off. And I'm gonna do that to all of these. Now we're gonna let them cool completely before we make our frosting. All right, the cakes are cool. Now we're going to level them off so that we can frost them. And I've already preset my level so I know it's about the right size. All right, and so to level it, I'm just gonna take this, go all the way across. My oven is not straight, so all of my cakes kind of come out. All right, now with those cut, let's go ahead and get our buttercream together. So in this stand mixer, I have my 4 sticks of softened butter, and we're just gonna mix that up until it's nice and creamy. Looks pretty good. And if you haven't already, go ahead and melt your chocolate chips. You actually should have probably melted them a while ago because they need to be like room temperature before you put the icing together. So I melted mine while that was cooling. And so it is nice and cool now. So you probably should have done that a bit ago. So to this, we're gonna add our cocoa powder, our salt, and our vanilla. And again, I'm using vanilla paste. And we're gonna get that mixing on low, and then we're gonna just mix it for like 15 seconds, and then we're scrape, 15 seconds, scrape, 15 seconds, scrape, until it's kind of all combined. All right, now with the mixer on low, we're gonna slowly incorporate all of our powdered sugar. All right, when you've added about half, let's add some heavy cream. And then we're just gonna continue adding the rest of the powdered sugar. Now we're gonna let that go until it is nice and smooth and creamy, and then we're gonna add the chocolate. Okay, now it's time to add the chocolate. So I'm just going to slowly pour that in, and we're just gonna mix it until it is silky smooth and delicious. I'm gonna try not to get it on the paddle, but yeah, that's probably not. It's a pipe dream. All right, I think that's good. All right, I'm gonna leave that there for right now. If you haven't already, go ahead and put your syrup into your squirt bottle, or you can put it in a bowl and use a paintbrush, whatever works for you. But what we do need is a cake round. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this frosting, I'm gonna put it on the middle here so that my cake doesn't move around. That works for me. And then we are going to take this off of the bottom, and we are going to lay it face down right there. Perfect. Now we're going to take some of our chocolate syrup, and we are just going to drizzle it all over our cake. Oops, and if you make a mess like me, make sure you clean that up. And if that's covered with our simple syrup, we are going to cover this with our beautiful frosting. All right. And once I think it's somewhat even, we're going to do the next layer. All right, now with this top layer, we're just gonna give it a very light coat, and we're gonna try to coat it all over the place, and then we're gonna get it into the freezer for about 10 minutes before we finish it. All right, and then with a little bench scraper, I'm just gonna go around the outside. Not gonna put it in there, I'm gonna put it over here because that has crumbs in it. Perfect. And then I'll kind of give the top a little, yep, that's good. Okay, into the freezer. This is gonna go for 10-ish minutes. Okay, we're back, and it's out of the freezer, and everything is nice and hard. So now we can do the final coat. I have chocolate chips here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread some of this icing on the outside, and then I am going to use my scraper to get some off. And then we're gonna press chocolate chips to the bottom, like half, third. I think it's the bottom third. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But because this is cold, this shouldn't be hard to do at all, and no crumbs should come off. Just make sure there's a new layer of icing so that you can scrape it off. Yep, looks good. All right, then we're gonna take the bench scraper and we're just going to slowly scrape. And I can put it back in the bowl because I don't have any crumbs in it. Slowly scrape. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna take handfuls, okay? We're gonna try to do this nicely. Whatever sticks, sticks, and whatever doesn't, doesn't. So this is a whole bag of chocolate chips, by the way. It's the beauty of serendipity. All right, now we're just gonna kind of get whatever falls off, and then we're gonna check the cake for any places that we may need to put it manually. It's just, okay, we're just gonna push again, make sure all of it's in there. Okay, let's do the top. All right, now we're gonna take our trusty scraper again, and we are going to flatten our top. Actually, that's pretty flat. I've done a good job though. Probably should have done my top before I did the bottom, but that's okay. It'll still work. Okay, all right. And I think we are done for the moment. Now I'm gonna put what's left of this frosting in a piping bag with a flower tip, and then I'm gonna decorate it when it arrives at the house, and then I'll take a little video and show you what it looks like, how we did, and we'll cut into it and it'll be delicious. So I'll see you in a couple days. What do you think?
Delicious.
Yeah?
Yes. Like, over the top. So good. That's amazing.
It's really good.
Whatever that is.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a lover of chocolate.
Okay. Anyone go there?
Especially chocolate cake. This one is phenomenal. Thank you, Heather.
Yeah.